good, everybody? Welcome to the Thekjrealtalk. We're just gonna start the show a little different. We're sitting with the rugby man right here. Much respect. I appreciate you for coming on the show, bro.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. So, this episode, we're just trying, by all means, to educate and tell your story, what happened, and all that. But this is not just about rugby. It's about life, And yeah, man, how do we educate the upcoming young athletes, to get ready? It's not just about sports, it's about life, How do we educate these kids, bro, to get ready for what's coming,
So I'm just gonna start off by introducing myself and tell you guys how things started off actually. So my name is Subusiso, rugby player. I used to. I started playing rugby properly when I was 16, and I was a big guy, strong, fast. So rugby was just the thing. And I was at my work school, my rifle unit here in Alberton. And at 16 I played and I trained really hard. Played first team. Yeah. At 17 I played first team. 18 I played first team. 19 I also played first team. I failed grade 11, so I played another year. I was too focused on rugby, I won't lie. Yeah, I didn't even focus on my books at the time. So after that, at 18 I made it to Craven Week. That's provincial. I made it to the highest level that I could have made it. No, not the highest level. The highest level was SA schools. I got injured during Craven Week, but I think if I didn't get injured during Craven Week, I could have made it to SA schools. So I made it to Craven Week Lions, played the A side, and afterwards I got taken in by UJ, where I played the young guns at the age of 20. And 21 I was playing for UJ Club, trying to make it to the Varsity Cup side, and that's where my story ended with UJ actually. So that's just me telling you some of my accolades, because you don't take information from someone you don't believe that hasn't reached an area or a certain degree of excellence where you want to reach at least. So the only things I really have is Craven Week A side for the Lions and Young Guns for UJ. Could have made it to Varsity Cup. Would have,
Things could have, anything was possible anyway.
Anything was possible.
Talk about Craven Week. I've never played Craven Week before. I wish I could, but how was it for you, bro? Like playing Craven Week, bro. For me it was like a dream. I always see it on the videos. That. How was it for you, bro?
Okay, I'll be honest about this one, because I don't think my experience was the same as most people who made it to Craven Week.
Yeah.
Because for me, I was chasing something deeper than what most people were chasing. Most people chase the position, I was chasing the purpose.
Sure.
So for me, it was like I wanted to make it to SA schools at the time. And a week before we had to go to Craven Week, I got an ankle injury. And my coach told me don't go, because you can see you can't even walk. There was I forced myself. I'm like, no, take pain tablets and I'm gonna go. So I went there, and my ankle. There was a few days when I woke up and I couldn't stand on my ankle. And it's something I've practiced, dude. I can't stand on my ankle. I've made it to this place and I need to go further, but I can't even stand on this ankle of mine. So it was quite depressing, because I know what I'm capable of doing. I know what I'm capable of giving, and I've worked. I was training 8 hours a day at that time. Like, dude, I would go to school. I'd wake up at 3 in the morning, go to gym before, and then I think at 7 o'clock I stopped gymming. I made it there at like 5:30. I gym until 7, and then I take a quick shower, put on my school clothes, go to school. Straight after school, I gym for an hour. After that hour, we go to rugby practice. After rugby practice, I gym for another hour back at the gym. And that used to be my every single day, dude. Like, I used to do that every day. So like, and because I wanted to make it, and the guys in my school, because I only started playing at 16, they thought I couldn't make it. And like, for me, that's the biggest motivation you can give me, dude.
It was the passion for me.
Doubt me. Like I know for a fact, doubt that I can make it, and I'll show you.
Yeah.
I'll show you what I'm made of. So they doubted me. So at the time, I was like, I want to make it. So I was training and all that hard work, and I got there, and now boom, injury. And you can say it's mental, you can like any way, you know, but like pain is pain.
Yeah, you just can't avoid it. You can, no matter how tough you are, if pain, you're going through pain, bro, like.
It was quite tough, I won't lie. So I made it there to Craven Week. For me, it wasn't only that, but it was also that I thought when I made it to Craven Week, I was gonna be a different person. I thought like, I'm the man. I went to Craven Week. But then I sat down, I'm like, I'm still me.
Yeah, nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed. I still go to sleep on the same bed. I still eat, I still go sleep with in the same house as my grandmother. I am still me. And the problems that I was running away from and I thought would be solved if I made it to Lions, they're still there.
Slam.
You know, the mom is still dead. The people in your life, they still. The people that hate you still hate you. The people that love you still love you. You still don't have money. You still have financial problems.
Yeah, crazy.
You know, the problems are still there. And I thought like if I made it to Craven Week, you know, this would fix everything. And it didn't. So that's, for me, it was an actual realization that you can pursue these things, but they don't bring you joy.
Yeah.
The achievement of them does not bring you joy. You're still the same person at the end of the day. So yeah, it gave me a very hard life lesson, because it's like, okay, so now every time I pursue something, I must pursue it with the knowledge that it's not going to give me joy. It can give me happiness, but happiness comes from happenings. You know, it comes from happenstance.
Dang.
So because it
hit hard,
yeah. So it can bring me happiness. It can bring me that, but happiness is temporary. It comes and goes. But joy, that's what I was chasing after. That thing inside that will always last. It didn't bring me that, and so it was quite depressing to have that realization. That I'm still sad. I'm still deep down inside. I'm still depressed, but I've got this, and people are praising me for it. The first person to make it in school in 8 years. 8 years in my school, nobody's made it to this level, and I made it. But
that's the biggest highlight on the school, you know.
Yeah. But the school seems happier than I am. Like, why is the school happier that I achieved this than I am? Like, I'm not happy. I'm still the same person. So yeah, it was a realization that you can work hard for something and still not be happy when you have it.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, I think it's the same with money. Maybe people say money will bring you happiness. It can bring you things that can bring you happiness.
Yeah.
But money in and of itself won't bring you happiness, but it can bring you certain. It's important. It's important. I think it's an important pursuit, but it also has to have the knowledge that in and of itself it doesn't bring that joy.
Yeah.
And most people that have money, most money that families that you see have the highest suicides.
Yeah.
You know.
So other day I had like a conversation with some other dude. It was we spoke about having money. You don't need to be depressed. You know, like it was this other guy was like arguing about, you know, you shouldn't be depressed when you have money. It was basically what he was trying to say is depression is for people that are in the street, like broke people in a way. But in my mind I was like, you know what, depression, bro, it doesn't hit when you have money or you don't have money. It hits you, it hates you, bro. You know, when we talk about lowest moment, when you realize that you're not part of the Varsity Cup, how was it for you, bro?
The Varsity Cup. It was a pursuit that I was trying to do, man. I was trying to get to, but I guess for me it was all about the reason, you know. For me it was about my grandmother, man.
Yeah.
The love of my grandmother drove me to wanting to pursue that dream. of making it to Varsity Cup. You know, because like for me, I had a picture in my mind. The picture was me and my grandmother, and my grandmother standing right next to me, and I'm wearing a Springbok jersey.
Damn.
Like that was that was the dream that I had, dude. Like, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna, because I promised my grandmother, but I promised her a star. Dude. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give you these stars. See these stars that you can see up there. I'm gonna give them to you. The stars, the galaxies, the earth, the moon. I'm gonna give them to you. I'm gonna give you these things. I promised her that. You know, I'm gonna give you this, all that this world has to offer. I will bring it to you, because like I love this so much, dude. Like, I want to just do everything for her, you know. So yeah, that was the reason. That was my main reason why I pursued it. But for me, it was also the reason why I couldn't make it was mostly because of my overtraining. I didn't believe there was overtraining at the time.
Yeah.
I really didn't believe there's such a thing as overtraining. I would clock in hours in the gym. I wouldn't eat as much. I would train myself to the T, and I didn't believe there's such a thing as overtraining. So I just kept on going, 8 hours a day, pushing, and that just led to injuries for me. Personally, it just led to injuries. So I got an injury, and after I think I got like 4 injuries in 2 months, bro, at UJ. So I get an injury, and I think it's also because I wasn't given enough time to recover. But I can't blame them, because you either it's sports has stopped becoming a thing that people love or a passion. It's become a business.
Yeah, it is a business.
It's a business, and you have to understand that you're either an asset or a liability.
Yeah,
You can't be in between with the people. And for me, my injuries made me a liability, because I'd get injured, go back to playing, get injured again, go back to playing, get injured again. I play like 1-2 matches, injury, 1-2 matches, injury, and it's not sustainable for a business owner to have
an injured person like back to back like that.
Back to back, yeah, dude. It's literally like a business. You can't. It's like a service. You can't hire a worker who can only come in 2 days in a week. You know.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
At some point, eventually, they're gonna let you go.
They're gonna let you go because they're paying you the same amount as the people who are coming in every day, but you're only coming in twice a week. It's like, so that was how. And it's not that it's not that I blame them. It's business, man. You can't fault business. It's how the system works, and the coaches are also under pressure at the end of the day. They're under pressure to get performance for the least amount of money to get to come out.
Yeah, true.
You know, the club itself, or UJ Sports, doesn't want to spend as much. They want to spend the least amount and get the most out of the amount that they've invested. And that's every single club, from my understanding. That's how every business works. You know, you need to get the most amount of profit for the least amount of money you put in.
So when we talk about injury having the amount of time to recover, your story also it hit me hard, bro. Like there's also like someone that I always used to look up to, like basketball wise, Derrick Rose. You know, like doctors giving the franchise false report about no, you're ready to step on the field. You know, like those important things that you need to, like teams, clubs need to take care of their players. You know, like it hurts, bro. Like to see someone who's not fully recovered back on the field. You know, like no matter, I don't care like if it's business or what, but at the end of the day, that person that you're putting back, that person didn't recover. You know, like I understand it's business, but a lot of coaches, franchise really don't take care of their players like that. You know, if this is a good product, why don't you just wait for it to fully recover? You know, like it brings a lot of pain, bro. Like, but at the end of the day, you understand like this is business. It's cool, you know. It is what it is, you know. At the end of the day, they're making money, you know. Like, what did you benefit? What did you learn and benefit from that, bro? Like, getting injuries back to back. Now you're back on the field. You know that.
So, what I got actually from that getting injuries back to back is, man, it's learned patience for me. For most of the part, it was just patience.
Yeah.
Because I just had to endure it, man. And the thing is, I couldn't blame them. You know, I really don't like blaming other people. I like blaming myself because I can't change them, but I can work on me. You know.
Yeah.
So that's why I couldn't really blame them. But getting injuries back to back was firstly due to my overtraining, and another thing is my body's weird. My body is really strange. My body can I can perform at the same level that I did before I was injured when I'm not fully recovered. I really can. I can, like with my sprints. If my knee's still in pain,
Yeah.
like I can feel there's a nickel. Nah, I can still run full speed.
Like nothing happened.
Yeah, like nothing happens. But then the next match, I run full speed and then comes out again. Like that's what happens. So like I don't know. I've got good genetics, but I think I've got good bodybuilding genetics, not rugby genetics, because body's not supposed to be able to do that.
Yeah, true.
But like I think that's one thing. Maybe it deceived the coaches that I could think I was better, but I also understand that like they were also under pressure.
Yeah.
Like a business. Like if your business is falling, you put in whatever's there. You know? You throw in the towel. Like you throw in even the kitchen sink.
Whatever it takes to win.
Whatever it takes to win. You know.
Yeah.
And maybe like your guy, I don't know, Rhodes, or maybe like him, like the team saw the potential he has to give. You know, so that like without him, the team is falling apart. So even if he's not fully recovered, we know that his 70% is better than most of the
It makes sense, bro. Yeah.
So even if he's 70% alright, let's just throw him in, and let's hope that like we know that if he's in, we're gonna win.
Yeah.
So I think it was one of those type of things that like they were under pressure to win, to win games, and at the time they were like, you know what, this guy, he's what we need. So let's throw him in, even if he's not
Fully recovered.
Yeah, he's fully recovered, because he's 70% is better than that other guy's 50 or 100%.
It's the main face of the franchise.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So it's much understandable, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
for me it was a position. I was the main face for the position that I had at my age group. So I was like, that's why I think they threw me in, even though I wasn't. But then again, there's a lot of aspects to it, man. Because there was one injury that got me. I think the last injury that they because they ended up cutting my bursary. They took my bursary away. Yeah, but it was the last injury that I got because I was trying so hard not to get injured. I was going to all the rehab classes. I was seeing a biokineticist. I was doing all the work, man. I was doing.
Take care of your body.
Yeah, and I was eating healthy. I was doing everything, dude. Everything that could be done, I was doing. And then I still got injured.
But the question is, how do you take care of your body? You can, as much as you go into the physio and all that, you're eating right, nutrition, everything's on point. Like, how do you always avoid injuries, bro?
For me, it was I was going to a biokineticist. So bios, they specialize in the art of movement.
Yeah.
And so I know that like when I go to them, the bio that I saw was he was a provincial player back in his day as well. So he knows like rugby exercises and how to make it in the rugby setup. So I was going to a bio, and I was feeling the best shape of my life. Best shape of my life. I was gaining size as well. I was fast. I was fit. So I was training with him, and I had learned to submit myself to him, because before that I used to be like, okay, you know what, he can tell me this, but the knowledge that I have says I must do this, so I'm gonna do what he says, but also do this. But I was just doing what he was saying, you know. And I think that's most of the best athletes, they have a trainer, and they submit themselves to what the trainer says. So it's the trainer's knowledge in shaping that player that makes them great.
But what happens when you don't have the knowledge? All you're just doing is listen to the guy that's training you, right? Like at the end of the day, you need to have knowledge, like how the body needs to be taken care of, you know. Truth.
Yeah, it is. That's true. You do need to have knowledge of your own.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. The point that I was trying to make is just that like, the freest person. This is gonna sound weird. It's like the freest person is like the slave to a perfect master. That's what like or that's the thing I was trying to like get to.
Yeah.
Because in a rugby team, when players try to do their own thing, the team usually loses. But when they go stick to structure, that the structure that they've worked through the whole week, or what the coach says they do, and submit to the coach's knowledge, then they have the highest chance of winning. You know, that's what I feel like the All Blacks do to perfection, to the T. They stick to structure, and when structure fails, then the only person you have to blame is the coach, not you. You can't blame yourself if your team loses.
Because it's a team sport.
It's a team sport, and you guys submit yourself to the coach's knowledge, not your own.
That's different from all this kind of stuff.
Yeah. So
that's you All Blacks fan.
No, not really. I just like the style of play. Because, not now, but like I used to like the style of play because they were just winning.
Yeah.
That's all they knew was just winning, back to back.
Winning was within them, you know.
Yeah, and it's like they have a secret.
Yeah, true.
Okay. How do you stay positive, bro? You talked about your grandmother. From all these things that happen in your life, how do you keep a positive state of mind?
For me, keeping a positive state of mind, I had to find God, bro. Like, I don't know, Jesus Christ helped me a lot there. I couldn't have made it without him. Yo, I was in the slums, bro. I was in the slums. I won't lie to you. Because just everything fell apart at the same time. So what happened is my grandmother first passed away. And after my grandmother passed away, UJ took away the bursary, and my grandmother was supporting my race at UJ.
Oh.
So grandmother passes away. So now I have no means to stay at the race. UJ takes away my bursary. I have no education. Boom, down, dude. Like I'm on the streets. Basically, I'm on the streets now.
Yeah.
And I've got no means to. There's no up. There's literally there's no up. I wasted all my opportunities I had with UJ. I spent my first year I wasted. I won't lie. The first year there, I think the lifestyle kind of got to me. The lifestyle got to me, and and the friend that I had as well also was moneyed up. So he could spend on me, dude. Like he bought alcohol, he bought all these things, and now I'm just there. I'm like, and at the time my roommate he made me depressed, so I was just like, F you, I don't need you. I'll go to that guy. And we're drinking, and there's all these chicks, and it was just all the things that varsity students go into. And because I was also suffering from injuries at the time, still in 21 when I was playing for Young Guns, I was still suffering from injuries. Every time I got injured, I just drank it away because I'm depressed now. I'm flipping sad because I'm getting injured over and over and over again.
Because injury can get to your mind, bro. Like
definitely does, man. People think it's easy.
It's like, you know what, you have an injury? No, walk through it. Walk, you know. Like it's not even like that, bro. Like I only had like one ankle serious injury, you know, and hey, bro, like it destroys your mind sometimes, bro. Like, how do you, even when you come back, it kind of like it's sort of like, okay, I want to be careful this time, you know, I want to be very careful, and then you get another and be like, oh, you know, it hits again, bro. Like that situation, it kind of drains you down, bro. Like, you know,
exactly that's what I meant with the last injury before UJ took away my bursary. I think that's why they took it away, because after that injury I didn't come to practice. I wasn't showing face. I think for 4 weeks, for a whole month, I didn't even bother to come to practice because I was injured. My ankle was still sore, so I was just like, what's the use though? And I'm doing all the rehab, I'm doing all the work, but it was my knee. My knee is still painful. And my grandmother just passed away. Knee is still painful. Like, what's the use of living at the point in time? You know, just like I'm drained, and injuries do take a toll because, firstly, when you're not injured, when I wasn't injured, I was working hard. I was spending hours in the gym. I was eating healthy. I was doing everything that I thought was right. I was doing it, and all the work that I'm doing, they're supposed to bring back something. But all they brought back for me, like as we said, like we spoke about earlier today, like it's like falling in love or having someone that you love, you know.
Yeah.
It's like you love them and you want to love them and you're able to love them. You give them all you have, knowing that like you give them with the trust that they won't take advantage of it, you know.
Yeah.
So you give them all you have. You're vulnerable with them. You sacrifice all your time, your energy, your effort to that person that you love, and that person needs to bring back the love. Bring the love back, you know.
Yeah. If you don't get the same energy, you're gonna get disappointed.
Literally.
Like, is it worth doing it?
Is it worth doing it?
Yeah.
So that's what happened to me. Same thing with sports. I gave it all. For me, I treated rugby as my lover. I won't even lie, because I didn't even have I sacrificed even girlfriends, but I didn't have a girlfriend. Nothing.
You know when you're chasing passion, girls don't make sense.
Yeah, it don't make sense.
It don't make sense, bro. Yeah.
Nothing made bro. Like even when I came home, I was rolling. I was doing foam rolling. I was taking a bath. I was rubbing. I took sometimes Vaseline and I'm massaging my body because I know my body is. This is where my money is coming from. You know. And I was watching athletes, pro athletes, listening to their motivation, listening to their tips. You know, because I'm giving my all to this being. Rugby became my god, bro. That's actually what happened. Rugby became my god. I worshipped it, bro. I was giving it everything I had. And even though I was still praying to God, you know, like, but rugby was
adoring it, like, this is mine.
This is mine, bro. And at the end of the day, it didn't give back the love, dude. It didn't give the love back to me that I gave to it. Instead, it gave me injuries. I was saying, it's the love that you give to something. It has to be brought back to you in some shape, form, or another.
Yeah.
And I thought Rugby was going to support. If I gave myself to Rugby, it was going to support me back financially.
Yeah.
So I could give back to my grandmother, you know. And
that was the main goal, you know.
That was the main goal, yeah. And I was willing to do anything for it. And I did get distracted a few in the way, but my distractions only came because of the injuries. The injuries, yeah. I don't lie to you, the injuries do take a toll on, like they took a toll on me, hectic. Because I'm like, and you know that you're not going to be the same player after an injury. Like,
yeah, true.
The work that you put in is not going to become, like you're going to be a bit fit, you're going to be unfit when you come back from an injury. Because you can't run.
You can't run.
You're not going to
be chilling, next thing you're eating, next thing you're drinking. Like, it's kind of like getting to your head.
It's getting to your head that like I'm not the. And now when you come back, now you're gonna need to work your way back up to where you were. And I'm like, So that's the thing that gets you the most with injuries is that like you know that you're not gonna be at the same level.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, but like for me that's what got to me. But it's a learning experience. I mean it's life, man.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we all die, so it's like the monks.
There's time for everything, I believe that, you know.
Yeah. So it's experiences that you have to go through to decide sometimes, you know. Like, you know, there's monks that I saw, a video of a monk that I saw. And these monks, he's looking at it, he's holding a skull, and he's looking at it. And, you know, someone can look at him and he's like, man, this thing, that's so dark, like, what's going on here? But that monk, he's actually looking at himself. He knows that this is going to be me. He's looking at the skull, he's like, this is going to be me one day. And everything I do in this world, this will still be me. I can be the most intelligent person on this earth, this will still be me. I can be the strongest person on earth, this will still be me.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, you know, you look at the bigger pictures, like we all die in the end. So it all comes down to what you give in this world and the things that you. For me, now it's come down to the things that I do that are in accordance to the will of God. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's for me that's what I think is the highest ideal to pursue. The only ideal that I feel like that I can pursue and won't let me down is doing everything to the will of God, because I've pursued something to my highest ideal and
it didn't work out.
It let me down. So
your will won't lead you anyway. It's not gonna get you anyway.
Yeah. I saw that for me. That's the conclusion I made, that like if I do things according to my will, it always lets me down. So I just submitted to, as I said, the freest person is the one who's a slave to a perfect master. And not like slavery in a sense, but like for me, I've enslaved myself to Christ, because I know that like if you've enslaved yourself to a certain ideal, man, and that ideal fails you, you can blame that. You can shift the blame not to yourself but to that ideal. So if God fails me, I can shift blame, go back to God, and God never failed me. So I'm like, okay, you know what?
It's a good reliability.
It seems like a good reliability.
You know,
something that you can. That's the thing I was saying. That's what I was trying to make with the All Blacks. Like, as a player, if you submit to the ideal of the coach or the knowledge of the coach, and that ideal flops and the team loses, you can't blame yourself. The coach can't come back and make you guys do fitness. It's his fault. He's the one that failed you guys. Because you
didn't
guys
have a good strategy on how to win.
It's his fault. That's what I mean by that. Like, if you submit yourself to the freest person is the one who's a slave to the perfect master. And for me, I found that the perfect master is God, because I've seen money. Most people make their ideal money, and I've seen rich people depressed. I've seen rich people cheating on their wives and having like multiple relationships. I've seen rich people, corrupt. You see all these rich people and you're like, okay, that means this money gives you a lot of freedom in certain areas, but there's also things that it doesn't give you. And people try to find those things in other areas, and I'm seeing it. I feel like for me it's just God, man. But yeah, that's the one. That's what rugby has done for me. It has created a void. I thought rugby would fill that void in me. There was a void in me, and I thought rugby would fill it, and I realized that the void could only be filled by God, and yeah, that's for me. For me, that's because that's what I was pursuing. That's what I'm saying. I said that my reason for playing wasn't the same as most people, because most people play for the fame or the. I was pursuing purpose, because I knew, like, that's the thing about me and I do have discipline. Just I struggle with why. Once I learn why I'm doing something, I do it to the fullest of my ability, and I everything else seems to shut down once. I'm tunnel visioned like that. I'm really tunnel visioned, dude. Like, I don't mind saying no to girls, no to guys, no. I don't mind not having friends if it means I'm pursuing the right thing. Like what I believe to be the right thing. Like, even with rugby, I didn't have. People here people in my neighborhood don't know me, dude. Like, they don't know me. I'm probably the biggest guy here, but they don't know me. Like, because I used to go to school, come back. Go to school, come back. And go to school, I was training. And at school, they saw me as that guy. Yeah, that guy just jumping. He's jumping.
Back to back. Give me a top 5 rugby players, people that respect, people that you looked up to. Top 5 rugby players.
Top 5 rugby players. Subusiso, has to be. He always gives his best on the field, that guy. Everything. And like, even the smallest things, like if a ball just bounces, he's always, you can see that, like, to the inmost being of his essence, he's giving his all. Like, even if he trips up or he falls, and some people like I don't know if you understand, like, if a soccer player and there's a guy, he does a skill and the skill flops you, and you fall for that skill, and like Ronaldinho used to make player give like spy to another player, like. Subusiso is that type of player which will give us spy to, but he'll still run after the ball, even if players are off, like he's still giving that 100% with you. You'll embarrass him, but he'll still give that 100% effort to get that ball, because his goal is defending. He doesn't care when you give him a spy to or whatever. He's still want to defend. Like, that's Subusiso for me. So I love that. He always gives his all. Another one is Thekjrealtalk, the scrum off. I don't know, just like his flair. He just has he's a certain.
It's quite smart, eh?
He's very smart. Yes, he has a. I don't like the attitude part of him, but he's got a flair. There's a thing about him that just I don't know. It just radiates. Just something cool. He's very smart, and I think he just knows how to use it. Yeah, he's very smart. He knows how to make it look cool at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm quite creative. I'm artistic like that. So it's like I like seeing people who make things look nice as well. Like he doesn't only do those things, but he also makes them look nice.
Yeah.
So scrum off. That's a scrum off.
Number 3.
I won't even lie to you. Number 3, I won't say beast. I can't actually. I'll say beast. I'll say
no,
beast.
it's actually nice.
10-time Tawario, but it's not because of his rugby though. I think it's because of him being black and being able to make it outside of rugby. That's something I aspire to be. I won't lie. I wasn't a fan of his rugby style or his rugby actually.
Career.
Yeah, rugby. I wasn't much of a fan of him. People loved him, beast, but like I was just like, ish.
No lie, bro.
Sky
Like
couldn't
he
tackle.
was nice. He
Yeah,
was nice. He was nice. Respect to that guy, man.
Respect him. I mean, he was a nice guy. He was a nice player. For me, it's just not a guy I looked up to on the field.
Yeah.
It was more looking up to him
Off the field.
off the field. That like, yes, this guy is. How does he do that? Like, how does he? And at that age, he still. Okay, take off my head that he made it to play rugby at that level, at the age that he was.
Respect.
Yeah, with the family as well and the wife. And so yeah, I can respect that. So and then number 4, let's make it quick. I'll make it Oosturand. There's a prop from olden days. Yes, he was good. That guy was
I'm
fast.
not really familiar with that one.
He's
Yeah.
fast, baby. That guy was fast. It's a prop, fastest prop I've ever seen in my life. That guy.
Wow.
Yo, this big guy. And then last one has to be Richie McCaw. Yeah, it has to be Richie McCaw, man. Guy's leadership was next level. His leadership skills, they went beyond rugby, and that's one thing I always aspire to be. Most of the rugby players that I look up to, they are people that I see outside of rugby. Like your attitude goes beyond what is considered rugby. That's what I aspire. I look up to in players. Because when I see something that goes beyond the sport,
That's what's up.
that's what's up. They've touched something deeper.
Yeah. How?
Just to go back to the varsity conversation, what does it take for some kids that they just see on TV, what does it take for you to play in that varsity cup,
It takes sacrifice, man. That's most aspects. Like even, of course, now I've become very spiritual. Most things have to do with sacrifice.
Yeah, true.
Like it's how much are you willing to give to get there, and that's what the one thing. Some people love the idea of being in that position, but they don't love the idea of what it takes to get to that
The
position.
process to get there.
And that's the faith. Faith is an action. It's you have to believe that you have received it, but now you have to align your will, your body, into making it there.
Faith without works is not.
Faith without works is nothing.
Thank you.
And some people are not willing to give up the party life,
Yeah.
not willing to give up the girls, not willing to give up the friends.
Yeah, true.
It's a lonely road.
Yeah.
It's a very lonely road, like, because not everybody wants it. And the thing is, especially in my high school, almost nobody wanted it because they had plans after school. They had connections after school. They had fathers who had businesses that
It didn't matter to them anymore.
it didn't matter to them. So for me, it was like, you know what, I want it, so I'm gonna give all, even if it means letting go of you guys to get it. And you're gonna have to go days in the gym alone. Nobody else is there, dude. It's only you and your thoughts.
Yeah.
And you writing plans. You're going to YouTube. You're going to all these researching workouts and
Doing whatever it takes.
Doing whatever it takes to get there, because you have higher goals for yourself. So yeah, it's sacrifice. You need to be able to make the sacrifices to get there, and it's hard. Yo, it's hard. Like it's not easy.
Yeah, true.
And even now that I'm done with, I won't say I'm done with rugby, but I'll say I've gone on leave for a while.
You're on a vacation.
I'm on a vacation. I need to find myself, man.
Yeah, true. You know.
Because I've realized that after the age of 30, you're considered too old for rugby.
Yeah.
So you need to have a life after rugby. And if something can't sustain you for the rest of your life,
Don't do it.
you know, what's the use of doing it? You know, that's. I mean, you can have a passion for something, but if the passion can't help you,
Yes. To sustain you the rest of your life.
yeah, if it can't feed your future kids, I mean, then you have to start thinking about like, why am I pursuing this thing?
Yeah.
For real, and it's gonna hurt, man. Yo. And for me, I think it's almost a year now where I'm still trying to find purpose. It's purpose. I think that's the true word. Because at the end of the day, like most of us want to have a family, you want to have your own house, your own cars, degrees, you know? big dreams, man. And for me, I just realized that I can't find that in rugby. So yeah, man, it's all about pursuing something deeper than what people see. I mean, it's nice being known, nice being famous, but trust me, once you get there, you realize it's not all the glamour and lights that people see.
Yeah.
Some rugby players are playing on TV, but they're only earning 20,000 now. For a normal person, it'd be like, yo, 20,000 is a lot.
It's a lot of money, but for you to maintain your body, you need to pay a lot of things for you to get to practice. All those up and downs, bro. Like
all those up and downs.
20K for him, it's nothing, bro.
It's really nothing. And at the end of the day, he's gonna be earning 20K. That's how much. Okay, plus minus how much a teacher might earn. But the problem is, when a teacher gets to the age of 30, they still working.
Yeah.
When you get to the age of 30, you can't work anymore. There's a 20-year-old who's going to replace you.
Remember, you're replaceable when you're getting old.
You're more replaceable the older you get.
Yeah.
So that teacher's going to work, and he's got like, pension. They've got until the age of 65.
There's no pension in rugby.
They've got pension in rugby. You're 30 years old. And now you've been earning the same amount as the teacher. The teacher's still working. Now you're looking for a job. And I don't know how some of these players make it like in school and play rugby, like because it's the tough lifestyle. You train like 3 times a day. You have to eat healthy, and because you wake up in the morning, you train, and then after the gym session, you have a field session, and then during the day you have a field session. At night you have another field session and then maybe a gym session, and that's like every single day. Like, I mean, like for me, most of the time you're tired. After the gym session, I'm tired. I fall asleep. Like. So like, I don't know, some of the players do actually manage to do school and that lifestyle. Yeah. And then at least then, they know that after rugby they still have something they can,
they can rely on.
But some of the players it's rugby, it's only rugby. And they're enjoying that life in that moment. After that life is over,
it's over.
Yeah.
Just to close off the show, bro, there's some people that look up to you, some things that they can relate to, what's your word of advice, for them to always chase their goals, their dreams, whatever they want to achieve in life, like you said, you're not done, you still got the game, right? You're still young. So what's your word of advice, bro, like to people that look up to you,
The word of advice from me won't be like LeBron James or anything. I'd say seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness.
Respect that.
And all these other things shall happen unto you. That's a Bible verse. And because we live in a very evil world, man.
Yeah.
And we turn to a lot of things that tend to bring us down.
Yeah, sure.
And for me, I've also realized that like another thing, because I was also kind of chasing after, I was trying to find my purpose, and I thought my purpose could be found in girls. I won't lie, because I was like, okay, maybe my purpose is to be a husband one day. So maybe let me get a girl, a good church girl, and let me see if I can push with her. And maybe whatever she wants, I try to do. And I'm doing that, I'm like, this is not working out. I can't submit myself to a human being. Because human beings are flawed. She also has that. It's an unfair submission, you know.
Yeah.
As I said, like the freest person is the one who's the slave to a perfect master, you know. Because I don't know why. Like they always, for me, when I was trying to get to know these girls, they want a certain type of guy. You know, and they want a guy who's educated. They want a guy who does this. They want a guy who does that, and they try push you in that direction of the guy that they ideal man. You know, they try push you in that direction. So for you as a guy, when you try submit to that, and you try or submit to that, or you should just stand firm. But if you stand firm, they always try push you in that their direction, anyways. So you can say either you say leave me alone and you just part ways, or you try go her direction. And when you try go her direction,
she's gonna change you.
She changes you. She changes you, and you stop being the person that she loves.
Next thing you're forgetting your passion.
And you see, forgetting your passion. And then another problem is that even if you do submit to her fully, she's also a human being, and she'll also have her flaws. So if what she submits you to something that makes you fail at the end of the day, you blame it to her, and your failure becomes her fault, and you'll grow resentment towards her. So that's also, so that's the thing. I've been pursuing purpose now, because I know that, like, for me, if I pursue something, I pursue it fully. And the only thing that I have pursued that has never let me down is God. So, that's what I'm saying. Seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these other things shall happen unto you. Because this world is full of a lot of things that
you can't understand.
You just can't understand.
You know. But then I appreciate you for coming on the show, bro. Like, pleasure, bro.
Thanks for having me, man.
Man.
It's actually a nice talk.
Yeah?
Nice talk, okay?
Yeah, you know. Like, but I need a jersey though.
The jersey. This one is special, dude. Hey, even though I don't see myself playing rugby anytime soon. This gold. Cool.
Yeah, man, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Thekjrealtalk, with the beast. I'm with the beast, man.
Take off my shirt.
Hey.